Good.
There are so many stories of success here. The Porter School in Roswell, Georgia calls itself a special place for children with learning differences. But almost anything positive you say about the Porter School is an understatement. The parents who found a Porter education for their children say it best.
That's like finding an oasis in a desert.
I attribute the Porter School to saving her life.
We moved from Denver, Colorado to Atlanta for this school.
The stories are incredible. Every parent of every child at the Porter School is on a journey, and finding this place has changed their lives.
Good job. Good gosh. Oh, you got your thinking cap on. Okay.
Positive reinforcement is one of the keys to success at the Porter School. This school is named after Claudia Porter, a lifelong educator, a positive person. Claudia, who is a speech-language pathologist, has been an innovator in education for more than 35 years.
I believe in the whole child and helping that whole child and working with other people, other professionals, and the parents to make that child successful forever. Put your right leg out to the side straight and bring your left leg in and form a triangle.
One of the first things you notice at the Porter School is that the teachers here are all experienced professionals. They are hands-on in small classes with children who really benefit from learning using both academic and physical lessons. In this exercise, the young children are training both sides of their brains to work together, something so simple, yet often missed in traditional schools. The Porter School is an oasis for families dealing with long lists of challenges.
Kids who have attention deficit hyperactivity, speech-language processing problems, processing speed. If you've ever been in a classroom and the teacher says, give me an answer in the next 15 seconds, and 4 out of 5 of the kids can do that, and 10 minutes later you have a better answer than the other kids, but who cares? And you never get a chance to say what you feel and what you're able to do, because you process a little bit slower.
Claudia and her team really do care. Take the Porter School principal, Barbara Raymer. She's been teaching for over half a century. She won't say she's seen it all because every child is different.
I've seen it a lot. 54 years later, I've seen every kind of exceptionality. I spent most of my life in public schools, but this is an opportunity for me to take what I've learned over the years and make it work for children, because we can make it work here, because we put the right tools together. The Porter School is a special place because it makes children feel good about themselves. It is a very positive, nurturing environment, and what I love about it is that we have a team of teachers that really are dedicated to the children and the mission of the school.
That Porter mission is pretty clear. Find out what a child's needs are, improve that child's self-esteem in a nurturing environment, and help them succeed. The class sizes are small, often fewer than 10 children with 2 teachers.
10. Good job. We did one side, now we need to do the other.
Maureen Kennedy is another Porter teacher who feels privileged to be here. She brings a wealth of experience in helping children with great challenges.
For the last 20 years, I worked in outpatient pediatric rehab. And so working with children that had disabilities is what my whole career has been based on.
Maureen works with the youngest children at Porter. She uses many tools and exercises to help these children learn. And she also gives sometimes desperate parents real hope after they have endured so much.
A lot of the children are coming here, I think they're finding up here, and at least they're starting to realize, wow, my child is learning differently. Things are just not falling into place the way that, or teachers are saying, oh, your child has something wrong. As a parent, that's like sticking a knife in your heart. I mean, come on, this is your child that you absolutely love. Where do I go? What do I do? The school systems that they were in or the programs that they were in were just not giving them what they needed. So when they come here, they're looking, what's wrong with my child? Why can't my child learn? What's happening? So a lot of it is taking these children to the level that they're functioning. Let's build those skills. Build them for success. I used to say every day, in all the years that I've worked with kids, I see little miracles happening. When you start seeing a child that couldn't do something, start to be able to do it, and then you see them smile, then you start saying, wow, they feel good about it. How do you make learning fun? Learning is fun. And this is just the beginning. If I can turn them on now, you're going to turn them on for the rest of their life.
Tyler Buran is one of those kids. He was a student of Claudia Porter as a young child. His parents were not sure what they were dealing with back then, but they knew they needed help for Tyler.
When he first came to me, he couldn't process one-step directions. And in the school where we were, we liked to climb trees and go intertwine with nature and all, and he couldn't remember how to get up the tree, whatever the processing problem was at that point. But that's what I'm saying is if you work on these problems step by step, and these kids do have great potential.
Tyler is living proof of that. He is now a high-achieving engineering student at Georgia Tech after a distinguished academic career at Woodward Academy. Tyler says he has severe attention deficit disorder, and Claudia Porter figured it out fast and changed his life.
If it weren't for Claudia Porter, I wouldn't have the platform that I have right now. She taught me how to learn, and that's very powerful.
Tyler's is just one success story. Kathy Keller has another. Her daughter Janet has language processing issues, and before finding the Porter School, Kathy and her husband were desperate for help.
I attribute the Porter School to saving her life. I mean, without that piece of education for 3 years there, I don't know where we would have gone or where Janet would be today.
Kathy says now that Janet has graduated from Porter, she's doing great. She's even appearing in a play. The individual attention she got at Porter gave her a great foundation for learning.
The Porter School, they, in a class of 5 or 6, you don't have children being unkind to each other. The teacher always knows how your child is feeling, what her pulse is. And, you know, we just had to have that for Janet to succeed.
Julie Pace Hayes is another parent who is so thankful she found Claudia Porter. Claudia helped her son with processing issues when he was young. Now he's doing well at Roswell High.
What the Porter School offers is an entirely different environment, much smaller classrooms, access to just amazing teachers that really, really think the world of these kids. I've never seen such dedication as her staff, but it allows these kids to learn in their way. It allows them to approach things differently. That's what Claudia Porter seems to be so good at. She understands how these kids learn, some visually, some just engaging in you know, different activities that you would never find in a regular school. And they do respond. They respond very well. And as a parent, if you find that and you just see the progress that your child makes in that kind of situation, it's an amazing feeling.
One of the big things that makes the Porter School different from many of the larger schools is the extensive occupational therapy program at Porter. The Porter School occupational therapists really understand how to use physical exercises, such as swinging or spinning or playing, to really help the kids engage their brains in a way that is so often missed at other schools.
Other schools tend to focus just on the reading, and they don't understand that there's underlying skills that need to be worked on in order to succeed with reading. Like, they don't see the connection. So a lot of the stuff that the kids think is just fun games, which is great, is actually helping to serve as a foundation for all the academic things they need to learn.
Porter teachers also encourage art and music programs here. So many of these kids are great little artists. Their work hangs on the walls everywhere at Porter. Just little reminders for these kids that they are very good at something. Artistic confidence builders in a way. The arts, the athletics, the occupational therapy all help with the confidence. And that translates to the academics. The older Porter students are ready to leave this place when the time comes because they have the confidence to succeed in class. Colin is fairly new to Porter, but he's a star reader. He loves his little reading class with Claudia Porter. His voice is heard here.
I'm reading a book with 19 chapters now, and it's fun.
19 chapters in a book, many new chapters in these children's lives are being written at the Porter School every day. Stephanie and her family have come a long way to write their new chapter, literally.
We moved from Denver, Colorado to Atlanta for this school. There was no other reason for us being here, was our little girl. We had hired an educational coach. The educational coach didn't know about this school. We introduced that to them. We had looked at 5 or 6 other schools in the country, visited about 4 schools, Houston, Rhode Island, Chicago area, and here. And we chose this school.
If you can work with us, we will work with you. This is where we start. These are our programs. This is where this child was 3 years ago, or even less than that, sometimes 3 months ago. and have come 2 to 3 years because we've tapped on their brain and figured out what makes them tick. And it's a very exciting adventure. And it's an ongoing adventure.
I'm Rich Noonan. Schedule your visit to the Porter School today, a special place for children with learning differences. Thanks so much for your time.